Hey everybody, it's Felisa, and so I'm in my car driving to work, and I recorded this video probably a couple of weeks ago. I'm terrible about uploading, y'all, or whatever, but anyway, I've been thinking about it since, and I wasn't really happy with the content, and I didn't feel like I said what I needed to say on that video in the way that I wanted it to come across. So here I am now this morning, on this Monday morning, doing it again. So hopefully I'll get my little stuff together and to come across the way that I want. So anyway, my disclaimer, as I always have one, is I'm trying not to to crash my car this morning, but beyond that, my disclaimer is that, of course, these are my ideas, my thoughts, my observations, my rants in some cases, and it may or may not resonate with you, but I hope that it does, and I hope that you walk away with a little bit of a nugget on this Monday morning. So here we go. Of course, I'm always in the newspaper, and I'm online scrolling. I don't always comment on everything that I see, only because I don't really want to font box with anybody, and I really don't like to get into a whole lot of back and forth conversation. But suffice it to say, I'm looking and I'm lurking, and I kind of see it and I ruminate on it, and that's how these vlogs come to be. So lately I've been seeing a lot of commentary about wife material. And, I don't really want to get into the back and forth exchange about that. But, I know that there are a lot of women that are out there who want to be married, who, really want to find a husband and a mate, for whatever reason. And everybody has different reasons for wanting to be married, of course. And, I'm a hopeless romantic, and I love love. And, beyond that, I want to be able to share my life with someone who I love and who loves me, do this thing called life in a partnership format and really, just I don't know, just do it the right way, go through life with a best friend and a partner. So having said that, there's a lot of targeted information to women in particular about being a wife and, wife material, and walking in the spirit of a wife and all that kind of stuff. And, I have a different perspective. So, sisters, ladies, work on self-development. Work on those things that are in you in terms of passion. Understand your God-given potential. Understand your purpose. Understand the reason that you are placed on this earth is not necessarily to be someone's wife. God has a plan and a purpose for your life that may be tied to someone else in terms of destiny, that you fulfill that together because you're a unit, and you go and you set the world on fire. But that doesn't excuse you from what you're supposed to do. That does not alleviate your responsibility for fulfilling your calling, your purpose. And why I say that is because while we are out here shaping ourselves into pretzels and conforming to every single standard that men have for us to be as women, we have somehow lost our purpose. Let me make this perfectly clear. You are wife material. You are just not wife material for every man out there, and I'm not quite sure why you would want to be. Let me say that again. You are wife material, but you are not going to be wife material for every man. So stop with this generic, I can do this, I can do that. Cooking, cleaning, keeping a house are human attributes, not necessarily wife attributes. I hope that the man knows how to clean up behind himself. I hope that he won't starve to death if his wife goes out of town. I hope that he's able to perform basic self-care. Those are human things. Those are things that I taught my sons and my daughters to do. It's not necessarily a wife thing. Yes, I'm not saying that you shouldn't cater to your husband, that you shouldn't cook for him, that you shouldn't, make your house clean for him or whatever. But those aren't necessarily things that are specific to a female. Women, just because you have a uterus does not mean that you're special at doing these kinds of things. So just stop with that. But beyond that, I think that you have got to get away from this notion of just being this fluid and flexible creature, and adapting yourself to every single man that you meet in order to try and get a ring, in order to, get to the altar. The ring is not the prize, ladies. It's not the prize. It may be a goal for you. It may be something that you really want, but stop treating it like it's this ultimate thing, because at the end of that ring is a marriage. And if you have not worked on yourself, if you have not worked on, who you are, if you don't understand the context and the purpose for being a wife, you are going to be miserable, and it ain't going to be what you think it's going to be. So, we have got to stop with this ideology of, yeah, I'm wife material. That may be true. But be the right one for the right one, and not every single man that you meet. What was that movie, This Christmas? And Lauren London's character was a little bit like that. I think that, her mom, excuse me, Loretta Devine, Madeir, in the movie, was saying that she changed her major based upon who she was dating at the time. She had been pre-law and pre-med and something else and had been in undergrad for 6 years. But what was her purpose though? She probably would have made a terrible lawyer if she was destined and really interested in being a doctor, if that's what her passion was. She would have been a terrible doctor if her passion and her destiny was to be law. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? So you trying to be this one woman wonder system for the man that is not even right for you is ridiculous, and it's exhausting, and it's not even appropriate, and you're gonna find yourself wife material to the wrong man. This idea of Mrs. Right or Mrs. Wrong, it's Mrs. Right or Mr. or Mrs. Right for you. I have a lot of male friends and I love them dearly, but ain't no way I could be some of them jokers' wives. Their wives put up with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm sure that they put up with a whole bunch of things from their wife too. And please know that my husband is going to be in for a treat, because I could be a trip, and I know this. I said that up front. I'm working on it. I try not to, unleash all my crazy all at one time. I also think that I'm a wonderful person and I'm a good woman, but good does not equate good enough for everyone, and I'm okay with that. Like I really don't feel like I'm taking an L for that. I really don't feel like I'm lacking in some area because I don't meet this particular standard. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm not stay-at-home mom material. I never was. I have 4 beautiful children who I love dearly. But my career was also important to me. Now, the compromise in that was that I didn't climb the corporate ladder of success at the expense of my children, meaning, I didn't go after the C-suite. I didn't go after, jobs that would take me too far away from them. I turned down jobs that required me to travel too much because it was important for me to be around for them. So, of course, those are some sacrifices. But that did not mean that I didn't work. Because I did, and it was important to me to do so, not necessarily for the money, but for the investment's sake. And if I had a husband who insisted that I be at home without compromise, meaning you need to come home and be at home until they graduate from high school, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. I'm not gonna be able to do that. No. I would have been miserable. So, ladies, I just wanted to come and say that, just stop. Just press pause. Stop adapting and conforming yourself to every man that you meet. You are not Paul. You cannot be all things to some, so that, all things to men, so that some, I should say. You can't do that. You can't be every woman to every man. You can't fulfill every man's needs and desires and whatnot, nor should you want to. Just slow your roll. When it's time, you will come across the right one at the right time. I promise you that you will. You just have to put yourself in a position where you're ready to receive that and understand that every person, male and female, comes with a downside. So there's going to be something that you're going to compromise on. There's going to be, a point of contention that you have to agree on. Sacrifice is important. Sacrifice and compromise are kissing cousins, and they are the foundations of any good relationship. So just keep that in mind too. But until you find the right one, until you find the one that is willing to accept you and all your craziness and your zaniness and, you know, your whatever, just be okay with self-development. Work on your attitude, work on your presentation, work on self-development, get involved with some self-care, all those kinds of things. But, you know, stop with this whole, you know, wife material to every dude that you meet. I don't even know why we started accepting that crap as normal. That's ridiculous. All right, that's all I want to say, y'all. All right, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. It is Monday morning and the last week in February. Yeah, let's get it popping. And if you have any comments, please leave it below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Share it if you thought this content was share worthy. And I will catch y'all later on. Bye.